this person's missing your presence. They're very confused on how you feel about them. Something within their energy, it feels like in one of your last interactions, they've felt a shift within you, like a pullback. They don't know if they're making it up in their head. They don't know if they've done something to make you not want to be with them or continue seeing where it's going to flow, where it's going to go. They're wondering if there's competition. There's a jealous energy within this. See, the way they look at you, the way they think about you is this completely blooming person. They're completely into you. I mean, this person wants to be official, whatever that means for you. They want to take it to the next level, etc. But it's very something that they're telling me is that you do have another person on your mind. It feels like there's nothing within this person that makes you want to be like, I don't like them. I don't want to be with them. Like, they're kind, they're caring, they're generous. But there's somebody else you seem your mind can't let go of. It's like you're constantly almost in this spiral within yourself of, am I giving up on something that I thought was supposed to come back by going forward with this person? A lot of you here, the other individual I'm picking up on, it seems to be an ex-situationship, an ex-partner. And you spent a lot of your spiritual journey up to this point in a sense of waiting for them to come back or being patient, not chasing. It's been a long time since you talked to whoever that person is. And it feels like in the recent weeks, etc., that you've really started thinking about them again. Or you're seeing signs of them, their names popping up, songs, numbers, their birthday, car. It's just an energy where you feel an overwhelming presence from them. You're wanting to know what's the right way to go. You're like, I don't want to mess up this connection that is really good for me. That is a good person. But I also want to make sure that I'm not, in a sense, just go with me here, settling for a person. You're not used to being in healthy communication in past relationships. It feels like you realized you don't have to walk on eggshells with this person. And that opens up a whole other door of time and space for you to really reflect on yourself. You're wanting to know if the person on your mind from your past that's been starting to gain your attention again, if the Spirit's saying that there's something that's unfinished there, or Spirit is saying that they are picking up on your energy, but you should go forward with this new person. That this little bit of emotional pullback, I mean, it's responsible, it's mature to not just throw yourself into this person if you're feeling certain ways. But that maybe you're just feeling that itch of really what is going to be the last purification regarding a tie to a toxic connection. Let's see what Spirit has to say. I see two timelines here. I see a timeline on if you go forward with this new person and truly let all of the relationships of your past be released. I have another timeline here, though, where I do see that this ex-situationship person, they are going to be reaching out to you soon. Okay? It's inevitable. It feels like a canon event. But you have that freedom of will of choosing what actions you do after that. We're going to give you both timelines. The timeline of picking this new love and the timeline of who once was. Okay, so we are going to start with this new person. What Spirit is telling me is you have addressed to this individual what you have learned from your past relationships. From the very beginning, you were setting boundaries, not only with them to you, but communicating, hey, please let me know your boundaries. So there's not this uneasiness of wondering how the other person's feeling. You two have already established open communication. This person is one of those souls who is always helping. They are a very kind person. They're very strong. And they are assured of what they feel for you. Okay? What this person's intentions are with you is to help rise from the ashes. Phoenix birds are a big synchronization regarding this reading. I can see that you make their mind and like their gears move. Something about you is they love your flame, your aesthetic. You're a person that just radiates, I've risen from the ashes and I choose to be kind. This person's not only deeply attracted to you sexually and physically, but emotionally, spiritually. I can tell you that if you go forward with this energy, they are going to give you truth. They are not going to be an unhealthy partner. You are going to have a safe space that you've never felt before. And at first, that's going to feel uneasy. You don't have to look over your shoulder with this person. They're authentic. They're real. They're truthful. I'm not calling them perfect, but they're good. They're good to be in your life. You know, something about this person I am sensing that really they do for you is being a mirror, not in the sense of like being twins. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking more about a reflector, an introspector in your life. Somebody that you two feel like you can bounce ideas off of each other. You're both very leadership-based, responsible people in this world. And you haven't felt in many people in your life where it's kind of just like, no, we really, really both do have this equal exchange of teaching and listening. Having something to give. You're both individuals who have been used in this world, been betrayed, but have not let it become you. This is a healthy person you can trust to go forward in your life. The connection's not too good to be true. If you decide to go forward with them, you need to make sure, if you go forward with them, you need to make sure that you are 100% sure that you're not going to entertain this connection. I'm not seeing a timeline where you feel any fear regarding knowing the intentions of this person, this new energy, other than when you're in your times of like not being in front of each other and the mind starts trying to wonder and, you know, fill in dots that aren't there. When you're physically present with this person, it is obvious how much they care about you. I see others surrounding you, like at get-togethers, and there's just this essence they can tell. People can tell how much you truly care about each other. And when nobody's looking, they're still loyal. You being with this person will actually, if you've never been a runner before, in relationships, you've been the chaser. Believe it or not, this person, the energy shows that they would chase you. Meaning, understand if you go into this relationship, you're both holding a power. And just as much as you have been hurt in the past from when people did certain things to you, you, by acting off of a lot of impulse could actually run from them. This is a connection that if you open up the timeline with, it's going to be successful. They have much more fear of you abandoning them than you do about them abandoning you. Okay? Spirit's letting you know that life, though, is not black and white. There's only one good way, one bad way. What we've been able to confirm within the first part of this reading is that Spirit is letting you know if you make this choice this way, it's going to be productive. You're going to feel loved. You're going to feel seen. Okay? Now, with this past energy that's coming in when you least expect it, this person is going to come in with an apology. They're going to say, I'm sorry for the way I treated you, if I ghosted you. There was a lot of projection. There was a lot of things going on in my life, and your presence made me see how much I settled for before. Your presence terrified me. I wasn't ready. It looks like they are definitely going to be contacting you when you least expect it, but very much sometime soon. Like next 2 months from whenever you're seeing this, because these are timeless readings. It looks like during your time of separation, maybe there was an energy where you showed back up to them. So maybe you saw them in public, or they saw you and you didn't see them. Maybe they started looking at your social media platforms, but they were shocked at who you are now. It's like you've aged like a fine wine. And if anything, you look... So something I'm also hearing this person saying is you look younger than when they were with you. It's like there's a rejuvenation. I mean, this person, they are heartbroken. Just go with me here. They are heartbroken from breaking your heart. And I feel like a lot of you here are like, oh yeah. It doesn't take away what happened. But if you wondered if this person just completely blew you off, like with inwards, or doesn't care, or they never cared, that's far from the truth. They feel guilty. You know, for some of you here, maybe there was, if you were in an official relationship or if you were in a situationship with them, they could have picked another person. They could have gone back to a toxic connection, and they feel like they self-sabotaged your connection. They're going to say to you that, I understand if you don't want me back in your life, but I can't go any further without trying to clear this. No matter what, I want you to be happy. You know, what Spirit's telling me is, even though this connection in the past went through a lot of toxic stuff, because it did, they are still a significant, important part of your healing journey. And if you do go down this line where you decide to entertain this connection, understand that there will be a lot of growth, but it feels like you would actually... Just give me a second. I'm going to do a little speed up right here. What I'm hearing is the conversation of them telling you what they've been through during the time. That it's going to take them a lot to rip off that blindfold to themselves is what I'm hearing. They're going to tell you, it took me a long time to see I was in a toxic relationship. I was in something that was keeping me foggy, keeping me almost spiritually attached. And that if you give them a chance, they're going to do right this time. Or even just opening up a friendship or communicating that they want something more. This reach out, it feels like It's more you listening to them than you saying anything. I think you have a lot of peace with fate already with this. You've kind of like decided, no matter what happens with anybody else, if this was supposed to come back, it would have. There's been certain moves in your life that have been made, and you are really in a high vibrational spot. There are still some decisions, Spirit's saying, along the lines of closure with this connection. The closure, the ending of that story may be you picking yourself when they reach out, having a conversation, hearing them out. But then at the end of the day, there's nothing you feel like you even need to express to them. You almost feel a remorse in a way for them. Let's say you decided to give this another chance. Let's just say you did. And this connection, you went ahead and put a halt to. How would your timeline, would this actually lead to a healthy relationship? Would you be opening up a door that the communication is supposed to close? Alright, well, this is where things are hard, because you can't have more than one person in your life that you can have a healthy relationship with. Just because you go through toxic things with people does not mean they are overtly toxic for your life. What I am seeing is there is a timeline with both of these people you can be happy. It would be a lot easier if I said one was bad, one was good, right? No, these are two good people. Here's the difference. This has started with so much trust and authenticity, and you, with this new person, you both went through a lot of spiritual growth before meeting each other. So there's this state of almost a maturity and an understanding and not projecting with this new person. If you go back, and I don't even want to say it that way, not go back, but if the person from your past, you decide to go forward together in an actual relationship, etc., understand not to mess with this person's heart. To be aware. I think what Spirit's trying to tell me is there's also like an energy here of a friendship. Like that both people don't necessarily need to be completely out of your life. That you don't have to, like, right now or very time soon make a decision. But that if you are going to be entertaining another connection, don't lead this person into thinking that it's just you two. There's growth in both of these relationships. There's an unfinished story in both of these relationships. If you decide to fully go and embrace going into a committed relationship with this past person again, understand there will be a lot more healing needed and building of trust, while this connection feels completely organic. I also hear that this person up here is selfless and they truly care, love about you. They truly care and love and see you. And if you need to talk to this person, if you need to figure out how you feel, or even just open and branch up a friendship, all they desire, this person that I do see most of you are deciding to be picking, would just want the truth, to know what's going on. The truth of the matter is that entertaining both of these connections, not in a way of leading on, but seeing how complex their emotions are intertwined with yours is going to be very important going forward with your law of attraction, trusting yourself, clarity of mind, not saying things black and white. But that overall, it looks like all of you in this situation are growing. If you know, because these are collective tapes what resonates, if you know that this person, you can forgive them, you can hear them out, but you don't want to branch into friendship or anything like that, at least just tell this individual when they reach out how the conversation went. You're going to build a lot of trust continuing in this connection if you allow it. So what Spirit's trying to tell you at the end of the day is that this life, it's a beauty to be able to experience loving so many people. That both of these people have a special part in your heart, and you don't have to rush to make some decision, but also stay present so you don't self-sabotage a connection that's really meant to be here for you. Today's video is partnered with the amazing gemstone company Otter Spirit. With Otter Spirit, you are always going to be receiving authentic gemstones that have all been tested to be grade A, triple, or superior. Every single bead you see here is hand picked. And let me tell you something, the durability on these, phenomenal. I'm a person that moves around a lot. I can kind of like get things stuck. When I tell you the durability in these are impeccable, I have never, ever received one of these that has broken. I think a lot of people go through with buying the gemstone bracelets is them breaking or not even being real. With Otter Spirit, you never have to worry about that. And another dope thing I love about this company, okay? Every single bracelet, not only do they tell you what it is, but they explain to you why you would want to wear it, the intention behind the crystal, the zodiac signs, and the chakras associated with that specific stone. So for this instance, the 3 gemstone bracelets they sent to me, the first is citrazine, black tourmaline, and lastly, but definitely not leastly, lapis lazuli. If you go to otterspirit.com and you use one of my discount codes at checkout, you're going to receive an epic discount. You can either use the discount code UncleBronze20 for 20% off of your order, or for orders over $99, use the code UncleBronze30 for 30% off your order. Again, you can do an investment now to have something that's real, authentic, is going to have life and dexterity to it, or you can continue to buy the fake ones that are wasting your money and your time and your energy. If you're watching this on YouTube, go into the description of this video. You're going to see the link there directly to Otter Spirit. If you're watching this anywhere else, simply go to otterspirit.com and remember my discount codes. That's what I got for y'all today, and I'll see you when I see you. Let's get it.